back up and at it. And today we got the pan in. Pretty excited to get that put on there. And then we're gonna get the engine in here, start getting everything mounted up, get the accessories all set up and everything like that, so we can get this bad boy going. We only got about 5 weeks left, so we really got to get to work on this thing. Put that in. Let's see what all comes in here.
We still have to take the old pan off too, but let's take a look. It's got like a
Nice.
Oh, it's got a windage tray. Okay, so this is like a splash shield for down here. It comes with all the hardware for this. This will just sit down in here. So we'll have to kind of assemble it, and this one will sit on top of that. Perfect. Like that. So we'll have to pre-assemble it a little bit. But let's take the other pan off first.
Yep, sounds good. So the main issue was, if you guys don't remember, it was right there, it was hidden. So that's where we marked. This new pan has much more clearance, so it's going to be, wherever it is, it's going to be a lot better for our application. We don't have to mess with the frame, we can just get it right in. So getting that 8 Mile oil out of there.
I should have saved this for my truck.
It still looks perfect.
Brand new. Oh, there's not that much though.
Yeah,
they probably already drained it a little bit.
It's just what was left that dripped down afterwards. All right, well, finish that draining up and get this bad boy off.
The Gen 5 engines use gray RTV silicone. So luckily it's out of the truck, so we could probably pry on a couple of pry points here. But it's going to be a little bit of a battle to get that pan broken loose. Oh, there's a bolt in the way. There it is.
Not too bad. There it all is.
Pretty clean.
Brand new as expected. That's weird, it's just got a random...
Yeah, all of them have this extra one, but it doesn't really go anywhere.
Man, this thing literally looks brand new.
Yeah, everything looks pretty clean. This looks like brand new.
Yeah, for sure. Man, look at the crosshatch on those cylinders in there. Wow, looks amazing. As you'd expect for only 8 miles.
You could see even the 5.3s have the piston squirters. This is the first 5.3 I've had really a part of the L83.
That's nice.
So I guess they pretty much are all the same.
Yeah.
The crank looks a little bit different. It doesn't look, I think the 6.2 cranks are gun drilled, but this one's not, which is kind of typical of the Gen 3 and 4 engines also with the truck engines. They just don't need that extra weight removed, I guess.
Alright, well,
we'll have to clean up the gasket.
clean it up. And
Just take like a gasket scraper and clean it up. We don't have to be perfect because the silicone will be kind of fill in the voids wherever there's a little bit of an imperfection, but we'll get 99% of it off and then re-silicone a new pan.
Alright, just finishing it up. Potek's putting the oil filter fitting on there. It's all bolted down, ready to go. Looking good, looking like we got our clearance we need.
Hey, check this out. It's got a turbo oil drain plug.
Oh.
So that just means one thing.
We got a turbo.
We gotta put turbo this. Oh, sorry. Beep! Beep! I did not cuss. in the video.
Oh yeah. Gosh dang, look at the difference. Low pro compared to
Extra deep.
she thick.
She thick. This is a thick one.
This one's ready for high performance. What's next up on the list? Get this engine back in here?
Let's put the engine back in. We'll get the transmission lined up, the motor mounts lined up. Get it just kind of sitting in there so we could start doing like maybe the accessories. All right.
Just finishing up getting the engine back in. You can see it's in there. I got the bolts going in the engine mounts, so it's pretty much exactly where it's going to be. Potac's down there getting some transmission bolts in. Oh yeah. So it's coming along nicely. It fits right in. You guys can see there's a ton of room here for the fans and everything. This is going to work out pretty well.
So one of the guys on YouTube commented that we should run the 6.5 tank for our surge tank, since the radiator doesn't have a radiator cap to fill it. So basically this is off the 6.5 diesel of the same OBS truck. So this looks like this will go in line with the heater hose fitting. It's probably like a 1-inch hose, and it looks like it has like a bleed hose. So we'll have to tie this into our heater hose fittings, tee it in, then run this from like maybe our bleed hose or a radiator or something. But it just goes to the factory location.
See, all you diesel boys now can hop on the build and enjoy the OBS using diesel parts.
We're gonna be rolling coal in no time.
I sure hope not.
Depends on our tune.
Back at it, and the engine's in. You can see Potac's already laid out some of the wiring here. So it's all, you know, pretty much just laid it over and got it connected. It's pretty self-explanatory on that. So now we're going to get to work on the accessories, get that stuff ready. It's getting close. I mean, it's not going to be too long before we get this bad boy fired up and do that bedless burnout.
We're doing the Dirty Dingo accessories, so I had to download the instructions. We're using a Gen 4 style water pump. So to do that, you have to use spacers, and it basically is supposed to space it out to the right dimension from the motor for the Gen 5 crank pulley. To do that, though, we have to modify these. These wires need to go underneath here. We have to reclock the little magnet. Basically, we have to point the little pigtail down.
Okay, so the kit required us to trim this. And yeah, you see the bolt doesn't line up anymore, so you have to trim a little area so it can still hold on there. The other two still going fine. You just have to turn this. And we had to cut this bracket that came up around before. Just get rid of the extra and then run these wires. We're going to get a little clamp or something here to hold it away from the crank pulley here. But other than that, looking pretty fresh. Get some zip ties up on there.
Yeah, I think we'll just zip tie it to itself. Thanks, Dominic, for the white nylon zip ties. Nobody likes using the black ones that you can't see. These ones are for increased visibility.
Make it look even better, huh?
Yeah, I like the black ones because you can put them on wiring and never see them again.
See them.
But we're going to have this apart, so if this is any problems later on, we'll just change it. Bam.
Yeah, you know that cam isn't going to stay in there very long. We'll get it dynoed and, you know, that's about it. Well, then we got to get that cam out and get a Texas speed cam in there.
The only difference on this water pump compared to the one that they show in the photos is the outlet is in a different spot, so we may have to change this water pump. The one in the picture shows the water outlet up here, but on ours it's on the driver's side of the engine, the left side of the engine. I don't think it'll be a problem, but if the brackets interfere, we might have to change the water pump and just order the one that's recommended. This is an LS3/LS7/LSA water pump. So it's from like a 09 and up, I believe. Their instructions show to use a 08.
All right, so we're gonna read some instructions, get some brackets and accessories installed. So check it out. How's it coming along over here?
It's going pretty good. So I got the power steering mounted, and I got carried away and went ahead and mounted the alternator. Just followed the Dirty Dingo instructions, and everything pretty much went together.
Lined up nice.
Yeah, everything's lined up. I have to get the power steering pulley installer from home. I never use it up here, so I have one at home in a GM tote somewhere. I'll just bring it whenever I get back. But we'll put the new pulley on. And then I think the idler pulley goes down here. I haven't gotten that far in the instructions, but it just kind of fell together. So it came out really good, and there's enough clearance. I even went and hooked up the power steering hoses. I had to tweak them because the power steering's a little bit higher than what it would be in the factory location. So I just kind of bent it kind of as needed, just to not have any kinks or anything. But
Man,
this is
a heck of a nice setup, man.
Yeah, it's a really nice setup. But this was, I think, from one of our earlier videos we mentioned it. This was from like a 95 CK truck. So we just ordered one for the 95 that came into the back of the power steering pump instead of the Vortex style that went into the front, which I don't think would even work. And everything went together really well. The same thing with the power steering pump. It's the 90 from a 95. We ordered everything for the accessory drive for a 95 other than the alternator, which is like a 98 F-body Camaro alternator, and that'll be easy. The plug's really accessible. The battery cable connectors down here, so it'll be a pretty short travel for the charge wire. Even we might even run one back to the battery wherever we end up putting the battery at, but that's getting a little bit ahead of ourselves right now. But as far as
it's looking good, man. This looks good. It looks like it's maybe if I plug this in, we could fire it up.
Yeah, this one and this one. This is all that's left.
That's all that's left.
We don't need an intake manifold or throttle
or
body.
spark plug wires,
or headers or manifolds.
I agree. We don't need headers.
We don't need coolant.
Right.
We've already proven that Leroy didn't need coolant to run a 7. So if we don't run coolant, maybe we could run a 7 with this truck.
I'm not sure about that, but well, we definitely got a decent amount done today on it before we got to put the 55 on here.
Got to put the 55 on here so Jason has seat belts. I don't know who wears seat belts in a 55 Chevy, but I guess Jason wants them.
Is he putting them in the back window? Because I always hear back in the day that everybody used to ride laying in the back window.
Yeah.
Are you going to get a seatbelt up there?
Yeah, maybe. That'll be that racket strap we stole from him the other day.
Okay,
we'll use that up there.
Man, this is really looking good, though.
Yeah, everything came out good. I mean, it's a clean kit. I got the AC back bracket on. I had to pull the water pump off to get to these bolts that are kind of hidden. I didn't realize that. If I'd done this one first, I would have known that. But anyway, the back bracket's on. The AC compressor will mount up here. Probably finish that in next time we're back on the truck or something.
What do you think about this setup here, Dominic?
That is nice. Wow.
I like that. It looks good.
If only the truck was cool, this would be way awesome.
Hey, this is a sweet truck, man.
Yeah, it is. Pride of 1990. Put a Dallas Cowboy sticker on the back and you can live the dream.
Oh, man.
It did have a Dallas Cowboy sticker on it. We pulled it off before we started videoing.
I really like this Dirty Dingo stuff. It's making it easy. Looks great. Can't wait to get it all spinning and running like a champ. Can this handle all the sweet power this thing's going to be making, man?
Yeah,
I think it can.
the bling factor's plus 15 horsepower with all these nice brackets.
Nice. I like how they stamped AC Delco on here, looking extra good.
Yeah, there's somebody just there with that stamp, stamping them all day long.
Well, that about does it for the shop truck today. Thought I'd leave you guys off with a little bit of eye candy from this video. So check out Jason's 55 convertible.